One hope, and 10 candles between us and the darkness.
Hi, everybody. We here at McStabber Studios appreciate you tuning in to see our tabletop RPG streams. Some of the content of our streams may be a bit mature and cause emotional responses in viewers. We really take the well-being of our viewers very seriously, and we want you to do what you need to if something triggers you. Mute the stream, take a break, or just skip an episode. Otherwise, if you decide to stay tuned in, we are available in chat during the streams to talk you through it if you need that. Thank you so much, and we hope you enjoy this game session.
Why dost thou sit upon my grave and will dead lips to speak? Why dost thou weep upon my grave and will not let me sleep? My breast it is as cold as clay, my breath is earthly strong, and if you kiss my cold clay lips, your days they won't be long. How oft on yonder grave, sweetheart, where we were wont to walk, the fairest flower that e'er I saw has withered to a stalk. When will we meet again, sweetheart? When will we meet again? When the autumn leaves that fall from trees are green and spring up again. How oft on yonder grave, sweetheart, where we were wont to walk, the fairest flower that e'er I saw has withered to a stalk.
Good evening, and welcome to McStabber Studios' Wraith Life Derailed. I am the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
And I'm Ravina, and I play Margot Fallon.
House, and I play Noah Frost.
I'm Reland Dare, and I play Alexis Langley.
I'm Urian, and I'm playing Tark Tiernan.
And unfortunately, Isaac Tamshu, he is sick tonight, so he is not going to be able to join us, but as he had crawled into a morgue drawer, kind of fits where he's still in there with his body. And we're hoping Aurora can join us before the end of this, but she's outside with her wife, and I believe the main focus of tonight's episode is going to be in the hospital anyway. So, many mortals claim they would love to see a ghost, if only to put the whole afterlife question to rest once and for all. But at the same time, deep down, they're terrified of exactly what they might find. The restless know this fear is well-founded, as very few mortals come close to imagining the realities of the underworld that awaits them. What's more, fewer still would want that knowledge, even if they could find a way to obtain it. As a result, when a human witnesses a display of supernatural activity by the restless, they may accept and respond to it in the moment, but afterward, their mind actively work to rationalize and repress what they've seen. Encounters with wraiths become little more than vivid nightmares, bad drug trips, or even a bit of undigested food playing havoc with one's system. And we return to this circle of wraiths in a hospital. Now, when the circle had entered the coroner's office, all of course minus Alexis initially, Tart, you had followed in with them, feeling a little off after everything that's gone on in the last just over 24 hours since your death. But when you arrive in the coroner's office and you see the computer, you feel a tug and it pulls at you. And you are now suddenly inside the computer. You can sense what's around it. You can tell your body's there. But unlike with the helicopter that you were in this case, you feel every electron, every 1 and 0. Where the coroner touches the keyboard, you feel it. You feel the data as an object, as almost a book you can read.
Okay. I have access to the file system. I can look at whatever's...
You have access not only to the file system, but you're pretty sure if you pushed hard and really tried, you might even be able to reach the network. You know where the network cable is. You know where it is on the motherboard at this point, where it would be logically in a map.
Okay. For the moment, though, I want to dig around a little bit in the local computer and just look at the files the coroner has on all the bodies that have been brought in.
Okay, and you're looking at the files, and you're finding the coroner's report on all of them he's managed to look at so far. He's examined Ralph, who was, of course, the one that you all think might have had something to do with it. He has not investigated the driver, the actual engineer at the front. He's already at least done preliminary on Alexis, yourself, Margot, on Noah. There is a very little information on Aurora. He didn't get far, but he had noted injuries. There's even data on Isaac.
Yeah. But so he did make a note that he had seen Aurora's body.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so...
And you can hear in the room while they're speaking, you can hear it around you. So you hear them mention, the discussion going on with Aurora's wife where the body seems to be missing.
Okay. Any other names that might seem familiar to me?
Those are the big ones. Now, there is a flag on Alexis's file about it being a priority. And the note is FBI request. But those are the big ones that you see right away. And there's a listing, of course, items they had with them.
Okay.
A listing of what was cataloged by the coroner as personal effects that were found on the body to be turned over to the families.
Okay. It doesn't say where those effects are being kept.
No. Now, I would like you to roll intelligence or computers.
Okay, against?
Difficulty is 6. As always in Wraith, when you're not given a difficulty, assume the default difficulty of 6.
4.
4. That's a good success there.
I had a lot of dice.
A file, one of the coroner's files, just changed. Now, you know what file he's working on. You know exactly. He has Aurora's file up right now.
Really? Okay. Can I tell?
One of the others changed.
One of the others changed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell which one? By looking at the timestamp.
Ralph's just changed. You felt the bits shift.
Okay. Yes. Can I look at the contents of Ralph's just to see what's in it?
You'd looked at it before. It just listed a basic toxicology. They haven't had enough time to do a full, complete test. They just do the field test methods. And there was nothing noted in there. But now there is. Heavy dose of PCP found in the system.
Okay.
The timestamp on it for that entry was 2 hours ago.
Okay. But it was just put on there.
That is correct.
Okay. Can I tell where the change came from? I mean, looking at, what process has the file open other than just the...
It's not open in any process. I will let you roll, though.
Okay.
Perception.
Okay.
And perception and computers.
Okay. Three against 6, right?
Mm-hmm. You're not sure, but you think there might be someone else in here with you.
Someone else inhabiting the computer.
The bits did not come from an outside process. It did not come from outside the system itself. It did not come from any part of the OS you can see. It was a direct hard drive change. And the only way you could, computers, the only way you can see it happening is if something directly changed it. And the only thing you can feel how you would do the same.
Right. Is there any way for me to feel what other entity could be doing that right now?
You try. You don't really have the knowledge yet on how to find where one's hiding.
Okay.
But as you sit there, you see more data. It's subtle. But there's little changes going on this system. All of them from the coroner's reports of the train crash.
Okay.
Your file has just changed.
I couldn't hear you on that one.
Your file has just changed as well.
Okay. And can I tell what the change was?
Methamphetamines was found in your system.
So are all the changes of a similar type, like, toxicology reports being added in?
So far,
everybody?
Those are the two you've seen change.
Okay. There's no way for me to figure out who's doing it. Can I push the network port a little bit to see if I can get down the hall?
Yeah, you can try to push out through it. And as you're doing that, you feel Alexis's file just changed.
Okay, before I head out, can I see?
Oh, it's very easy for you to check. Cocaine has been found in her system.
Huh, okay. So we're a bunch of drug addicts now. All right.
And as you go to leave, Noah's file changed. A different part of the file. You now can tell exactly where the toxicology, they have a similar structure, each file. So what that is. This is a different part. I will let you roll. Intelligence. A very rare thing to roll. Perception intelligence.
Huh, okay.
Normally I don't do double attribute, but I think in this case. Trying to see if you remember a certain part of that file. Of course, if you have Menosis, it'd be a whole different discussion.
Right. 3.
The change was to remove a line from his possessions. Mention of the flash drive that was on his body has been removed.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And you push out. And you realize it takes a little effort. It's a little harder. But you can shift yourself through the network cable.
Okay.
And you can feel yourself enter the network. Anything you're looking for in particular while in the network, you can see from the network, from the router you've entered, you can feel the network as a whole around you. It may take some time to navigate.
But I can sense the identities of the machines on the network.
You can read what they're reporting, their names, because you can read the packets as they come in a way you've never been able to as when you were alive. You can read them. You just know it's like you are part of the network.
Okay.
You even identify security cameras.
Okay. Well, I knew that Buchanan they were doing some interviews. Can I look for his computer?
Okay. You look and look. You do not find anything that would suggest Buchanan or FBI on the network.
Okay. Let's see. How could I make use of those cameras? Can I just quickly look through? Okay, now I can only see the live feed from the cameras.
You can see the feeds. Now, you could follow the feeds to wherever they're sending their data if you wanted to try to, but it would take time to pick through. But you can see the live feeds. And as you look through the live feeds, you are peeking through the hospital. You can see patients. You see Angela coming out of an elevator, the waitress that you had met, or you didn't meet, but you saw that Isaac had known. You see...
I remember her from the train, but...
You see Claire head to a bathroom, obviously crying. You see Esmeralda coming in the hospital. And while peeking outside, I will let you roll perception alertness. Something not right about a vehicle across the street from the hospital, but you don't know what's off about it, but it's not right.
Is it one of the pan tilt zoom cameras that I could...
Yeah, you can push your mind a little further. You follow the cable down, of course, and go into the camera. And you can change it, move it, shift it.
Okay. Can I just try to zoom in on that car?
You can. And the car it's an older model. It's not a Crown Vic like like the military or the government has been using. It is a Nissan, newer model. It's got a rental tag on it.
Anybody in it?
There's a guy sitting in it.
Okay.
And where he's sitting is not somewhere where there's any reason to be sitting. There's no gas station. He's just sitting across the street. Just sitting there. He's watching the hospital for some reason, as if waiting for something.
All right. Nothing identifying about him, though. No uniform, no...
Not that you can see from here. You can't get a good enough zoom to really get a clear view, but it's definitely a single person in the vehicle.
Okay.
And you can tell, based on the zoom of the camera and the way the light was shining through the back, he actually has a seatbelt still on in a parked car.
Okay, so he's expecting maybe to have to leave in a hurry.
Perhaps.
Okay. I can't help it. I'd like to look for Esmeralda again.
And you go back into the main part of the network and search around. And you see her getting on an elevator. And it's not hard to find the camera that's in the elevator. And you get in there as she pushes the button to go down, which you remember is where the morgue is.
Is she alone, or are the kids with her? Or?
No. You don't know where she left the kids, but she is alone.
Okay. Right. And I don't see any... Would I even be able to see the other wraiths through the camera system?
Don't know. You don't see any.
Is there a camera in the room that I'm in?
Not in the coroner's actual office, no. There's one in the hallway. You can see the hallway that led to it.
Okay. I don't know if this is going to be asking too much for this power, but for the hallway camera, can I trace it back where it's sending packets to, say, some recording system?
You can. It'll take time.
Okay.
But if you can get to the camera, you can follow it back. You can watch where it's sending its feed to know where its feed is going. And if you know where the feed is going, you can go to it. But sifting through that much data, unless you're looking for a specific time, would be difficult.
Okay. I don't know, because I'd like to see if there's some way, if we ever saw Aurora's body going into the morgue, and if we ever see it leaving.
That is actually a very good thing to try. So, I mean, there's a considerable amount of time that you were here while everyone else was doing things that you were standing there. So you have time to do it, though Esmeralda is coming. But we'll say that she hasn't arrived there yet. She steps off to the bathroom for a bit because it's hard to come visit your family member. So you go and peek. Roll intelligence and computers. Difficulty on this one. Now, you have a general time frame, but I'm sure you're not wanting to take too long doing it, so I'm giving you a difficulty of 7.
Okay. And it's intelligence computers?
That is correct.
Okay, 7. Two.
You poke around a bit. I mean, you don't find any data of her body coming in. Now, the time frame that you would suspect, because you've seen all of your bodies except hers when you were at the crash site. Something is off with the recordings in that period of time.
Like they've been altered.
Perhaps.
Okay. Okay.
Muted.
Are you done fucking around? You have things to do.
I am doing
pretty well. Getting distracted. Why is she here without your kids?
That's a good question.
So what does Tark do?
Right. Well, he's going to pull back to his body and try to leave the computer.
Okay. And it's not hard. You retrace your path. You can't just exit where you're at. You have to retrace back to where you were. Makes you wonder what would happen if you actually got lost in the computer somewhere. Couldn't find your way back. What would happen to your body? But you come back and return to yourself. And now that puts us back in time because this took time. You've come back to your body right as we have Nat coming down the hall, though Alexis's son was first in the room with the coroner. So as you return to your body, you realize you're in a room now again with someone that looks vaguely like Alexis. You see the resemblance. And Alexis, when you had, after Seamus had done his thing, you went down the hall, I assume.
Yes, I had headed down to the coroner's office because I knew that's where Stephen was going.
Okay. And as you step in the coroner's office, you see Tart kind of shaking his head and blinking a bit. And
I just nod to him. And I stand right behind Stephen.
And you come in just as he's talking. That's not a problem. I will take you in there. I assume that Agent Buchanan gave you your mother's personal effects? Yes, sir. Did you find a badge? No, there was no badge on her body. Was she carrying it with her? And Stephen looks at the corner and goes, she never went anywhere without the badge. That was part of who she was. Well, it's possible it's still at the train wreck, as they're still sorting the scene. They're still sifting the scene. It could take a few days before we find anything, but I'll make a note in our file that, when it's found, to make sure you get it. Stephen's like, okay, well, I need to do this. You would think you're going to be a doctor. I wouldn't mind seeing bodies, but it's different when it's your mom. The coroner's like, I understand it, but this has to happen. As the coroner stands up, Nat knocks on the door again. He's like, excuse me 1 second. And he steps over to the door, and you see him lean out and tell Natalie outside there that he'll be with her in a minute. Just wait outside the office. He's dealing with a family member at the moment. Now, what is Margot doing? Is she staying in the hallway with Natalie, or is she...
Margot kind of looked at Seamus, rolled her eyes, and followed Nat down.
Okay.
And she definitely is trying to hug her, but she knows that's not going to work, so there's like a pause.
And Tark, you see the coroner escort this young man into the morgue area. Now, Noah, you were still in the morgue, and you see the coroner come in with a young man, followed by Alexis.
Alexis is right on his heels.
Follows right in the door beyond him, and Noah's standing there.
No, I would just kind of compose myself and step back.
I'm sorry to ask this, but can you please give me some privacy? This is my son.
Of course, yeah. Is the door still open?
Yeah, the door's still open.
I would make my way just out into the hallway.
The door is the one leading to the coroner's office. And
okay.
You go into the coroner's office and you see Tark there, you can tell he's kind of glazed, like he's kind of, I guess it's hard to describe, off kilter because he's not used to what he just did. And we're going to get back to you and Tark here in a second so that you two can have a talk here. But Alexis, the coroner goes over to one of the morgue drawers and looks at your son, goes, are you ready for this? And your son looks him, and you can see the steely look in his eye. It's one that you try to claim came from your genetics, and of course your husband claimed came from his, but...
Oh, it came from mine.
And he goes, as ready as I can be. And he opens a drawer up, and inside the drawer, covered in a sheet, is your body. And when he peels the sheet back, your face is there. You have no injuries on your face. You've seen where your mark is. Stephen, can you give me a minute? Sure, son, sure. I'll be in my office. And the coroner leaves the room and closes the door, leaving Stephen standing next to his mother. And he reaches up and brushes one of the pieces of your hair from your face because the accident caused it all to come loose. Hey, Mom. I don't know what to say. I don't know. Sorry. Sorry it's me that had to come, but Dad wouldn't show up. So, and you know how Yale is. You should know you're paying for it. No, you were.
Well, my life insurance will pay for it now.
Can't believe. I didn't think anything could kill you. I didn't think you were unstoppable. Here we are.
I am going to cast further reflection.
Okay.
Well, not cast, but basically project a memory into his mind.
Okay. You pull it up so I can see what we got here real quick, because good luck remembering all these powers.
That one is Charisma and Menosis.
Yep.
And I spend 2 pathos for it.
Okay. And this is the one where you are putting a memory
In his mind.
in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
And what memory are you putting?
He hasn't graduated from college yet, so it would be the day of his high school graduation.
Well, he's pre-med.
Yeah, he's finishing up his senior year now. Before he even goes on to med school. Right after he got his diploma and he came off the stage and basically the ceremony was over, Alexis hugged him very tightly and whispered in his ear, "I am so proud of you."
And to roll it, your difficulty was 6. How many successes?
5.
5. You almost see him stagger from the weight of this memory hitting him. It's so real, it's so vivid. And he starts crying harder. Whole body shaking, racking sobs. I was proud of you too, Mom. I know I didn't say it, but
It's okay, baby.
I know you had to go down to take Graham to the Nutcracker, but
And she knows it does no good, but she just wraps her arms around him.
okay. I just don't know what to say. I love you, Mom. And he bends down and actually kisses your forehead.
Love you too.
And he stands there a bit in quiet reflection. Now we're going to flash to Noah and Tark. As Noah comes back in the room and sees Tark is a little more alert than he was before.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I was poking around in the coroner's computer, and I found somebody's working against us.
What do you mean?
I was looking through the files, and while I was looking, someone is changing the contents of the files, but it's not coming from outside of the computer. Now, I can't tell who, but I have a feeling it was someone else who was in the computer with me. And they're
Like someone like us, or
yeah,
I mean,
like
could
another.
have just been
like another wraith, like
Hacker.
one of the other a restless like one of us, but I have no idea who, or I mean, I know what they were doing. They're pinning drugs on us.
All of us?
Yeah, well, there's me, Alexis, and
The other one was Ralph.
Ralph. Very different drugs in each one. I mean, PCP for Ralph, cocaine for Alexis, meth for me. But they're all being changed, and the timestamp is from 2 hours previous. Now,
if it's any consolation, you don't look like someone who's on meth.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I mean, last few hours I wonder myself, but yeah, someone is actively changing our files.
Interesting. What I don't understand is how what the purpose of that is. It's not like I don't see how we could be blamed if the intention is to blame us for what happened. I don't see how saying drugs in our system would do that. So that's not connecting there.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if we seem to think Ralph is the one who caused the problem, maybe we were acting in concert with him.
True. What about Isaac and Margot? You'd mentioned Alexis and yourself.
Well, I left the computer to go looking around a little bit more. I don't remember having seen their files change, or did I?
No,
Was
while
mine
you were there,
altered
you
at
did
all?
not see them change.
Okay.
Was mine altered at all?
Yes. And I don't. Oh, yes. Sorry, I almost forgot. You no longer have that flash drive. It's not part of your personal effects.
Fucking fuck. Flash drive. Forgot about that.
Somebody erased that line from the file.
Interesting. You didn't work with the DoD, correct? But your research was.
I had peripheral dealings with them. I mean, I wasn't working directly for them.
Does the name Pentex ring any bells to you?
No. Who's that? What company is that?
Let's just say they deal in a lot of unsavory shit. And kind of looking around. Alexis was. Well, I was headed to Richmond to actually meet up with Alexis. I didn't learn that till post-mortem. But she was going to provide me some information on them that will help me in a few ways, but mostly to bring them down.
Okay.
But it's interesting that her file, my file, and your file were altered in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it's just a coincidence, but my line of work, coincidences don't stay that way for a long time.
If I ever have the occasion to go back into one of the computers, is there anything specific I should be looking for?
I wish I could. I mean, this is all so new to us. Like, it's still. I'm still trying to process that you're in the computer. If you understand me.
Oh, I understand. It's a little new to me too.
So to say what to look for, like I don't know what you can do fully, and I doubt you know what you can do fully.
I don't, but I know that I can read like the contents of all the files and everything.
I need to know more before I can tell you what to look for.
Okay.
I need to get that flash drive.
Now, I also did a little exploring while I was in there, and I kind of took a trip through the network and found the camera system in the hospital.
Yeah.
Mostly people. I mean, I see Esmeralda on her way. There was also a guy outside the hospital across the street, parked in a car, but he was observing the hospital very intently. But I couldn't tell who he was or anything about him, any
Did it look-
identifying. I mean, he looked suspicious.
Like a Fed or...
I didn't see any kind of uniform it was a specific a government type car.
No, I said specifically it was a Nissan, which is not.
Okay, yep, right. Yeah, oh, you're right. Sorry, misremembered that.
It was a rental
What
Nissan.
What color was it?
I had makeup a color that.
It was red. No, you did say it was black, didn't you?
No, I said it wasn't black because it's not a black Crown Vic.
Okay. Urian's memory is not great tonight.
Your friend. Let's see. Can I use Keys to the Memory Palace to see if I recall anyone I ever interviewed or came across that may have had a red Nissan?
Sure. That's intelligence and memnosis.
Memnosis.
Mm-hmm.
And do I get to add? Wait. Okay, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Three successes.
Description doesn't ring any bells to you. Could be anybody.
Weird. Wasn't weird enough. It's getting weirder. May I ask what kind of work you were involved in?
I was mostly drone robotics. My specialty was precision agriculture, systems for that, drone related.
What would the DoD want with something like that? Sorry, I don't mean to pry. I'm just...
No, it's fine.
Old habits.
They repurposed the drone platform for weapons rather than agriculture.
Fucking course.
Yeah.
Maybe we wait for Alexis.
Yeah.
Give her some space. Aurora's already gone off on her own again. I don't want to split up more than we have to, and I don't know where Isaac went.
Last you saw Isaac, he went in the room when Angela was going in there. He never came out. But he could have followed Angela through the other door and you wouldn't have seen.
Right. Have you seen Margot? Well, I guess you were just thinking, you're just... I'll poke my head through the wall to see if I see Margot.
Take a bashing damage. Margot. We're going to pause the Tark and Noah scene right there. Margot, you are in the hallway with Natalie. And she's crying. You can do this, Nat. You can do this. You've got to see her. Got to see her one more time. No chance.
I didn't get to tell you. We were going to Lemaire's tonight. Best fucking creme brulee. I was going to tell you everything. I was going to propose. I was going to show you the divorce papers. I wish I could do that now. I wish I could tell you.
But you can't. It's too late now. The best you can do for her is to make her let go, forget you.
You don't get to rule my life anymore, Bernice. Do you like Bernice, or would you prefer Bertha? Come on, you fucking cunt. Let's get this out.
I like Bertha.
Then we're going with Bernice. Fuck you.
Nope, I win.
And Natalie is crying now. He didn't know you were coming. So, you were just coming to see me.
I was. Tonight was for us. Or last night.
I wasn't such a coward. I could have said something and all those years wasted.
That's not all on you. It's part of my fault. I should have. I should have said it.
That smug bastard down the hall. I'm not going to tell him. I'm not. And then you see her get a slight smirk. She's going to be shocked when they find her luggage and give it to him.
Oh, God. It's so true.
I wish I could be there for that. We would have had a good laugh on that one.
We would have. She's going to hug her.
Okay.
I know it doesn't do anything, but she's going to wrap her arms fully
And
around
you wrap
her.
your arms, and while she's not moving, you have no problems holding, though she doesn't acknowledge. You can feel her in your arms while you do it. Smell her sweat, her perfume, even her shampoo. Even a faint scent of fabric softener from the laundry.
I will always love you, Nat. It doesn't matter.
And
You
then
were
you see
always
Noah's
there.
head poke through the wall.
I can go back in here if you need me to.
Please.
Yeah, it's just you and me in here, Tark. They're
Okay.
dealing with some stuff.
And the coroner, of course, who's
Oblivious to us.
and he's not even typing. He's literally sitting at his desk. Just, he knows better than to start working on anything when he's got one waiting outside the door, one in the morgue. He's not going to get any work done right now. He actually looks around the room, opens the top drawer of his desk and pulls out a small tumbler. You see him pour a little bit of Jack Daniels in the tumbler. I hate tastes like this. Hate it. And yes, you can smell the Jack Daniels in the air, Noah. Especially as a dead. The bourbon is strong.
Oh, wouldn't a little sip of that be good right about now? To celebrate. Fatherhood.
I've had demons worse than you try and convince me to take a drink. going to have to do better than that.
So,
Sorry.
we'll flash back real quick to Alexis in the room. Her son, after kissing her head, stands there for a few more moments. And then he turns and walks from the room. Heads back into the coroner's office.
I follow. I don't need to see my body. I've already seen it.
And the coroner goes, I know it's tough, son, but you know, it's what has to be done. Stephen goes, yeah, but you're not the one here identifying your mother's body. I am. And Stephen turns and walks from the room. And the coroner gets up and goes into the morgue, of course, and closes the drawer, leaving Alexis and Noah. Actually, we'll come back to, he comes right back in and opens the door and tells Natalie, you're a family member? She goes, no, I was a friend. He's like, I'm sorry, I can't let you in to identify the body. This family members only, please. Natalie is visibly upset at this. What do you mean I don't even get to see her? Ma'am, when the body's released to the family, I'm sure they'll have a wake or some sort of viewing, and then you'll get to see her. But county code prevents me from allowing you in. Of course, Alexis, Noah, and Tark, you all hear this.
Motherfucker.
Seamus comes down the hallway. And he introduces himself because the coroner's still in the hallway denying access to Natalie. As your husband. He says, yes, sir. Come on in. I'll check your ID and then you can identify the body. And Seamus gets a bit of a vindictive look on his face as he looks at Natalie. As he walks in the door, leaving her in the hallway, where she breaks down.
Sorry, Nat. I should have done it sooner. There's still some things I can do. And she's going to follow Seamus.
Okay. And you leave Natalie there in the hallway. And you follow Seamus, who gets his ID checked, of course. And then taken into the morgue, leaving Alexis, Tark, and Noah in the office. And Margot in the morgue with Seamus in the corner. And we're going to handle Margot first because she's been waiting for this to come up. Or dreading. And the coroner goes in and, of course, he opens one of the drawers. And in the drawer is you. And he peels the sheet back, and Seamus looks down. That's her. Give me a minute, please. In the corner, because, this is a normal thing. Everyone wants a minute. I'll be in my office. I'll just knock on the door when you're ready. In the corner, steps into his office, leaving Seamus with your body. Seriously, Natalie, why didn't you tell me you were coming early? Why? What's going on? Why is
wasn't
Natalie
meant
here?
For you.
Why is Natalie even here? Why? Damn it, if you hadn't been on that train, you'd be alive.
I'd be dead walking.
You always were doing stuff like this. You were always cagey about when you were coming home, and I know you said your job was you were paid to not talk about the clients you were doing security testing for, but damn it, I was your husband. Now what are we going to do? How could you do this to us? And like he's done the whole time you've known him. He thinks in terms of what it means to him, not everyone else.
You don't get to be this way anymore, Seamus. You were always a selfish fuck-ass. It was always about you. It was never about anyone else.
Right now, I've got to raise the kids. And why did you have to come home a day early? Why did you tell her but not me? And this whole time, oddly enough, he's not crying. But he's always been one that felt he shouldn't cry.
Can't even show real emotion now. Where was that emotion 10 minutes ago when you were raging at Nat? She didn't deserve your ire. Let Nat see the body. Please.
Sleep well, love. And he turns and starts to walk from the room. Didn't show any affection, but he wasn't one that did even... Affection was not his way, which was, I think, part of the problem in some ways. And you see him knock on the coroner's door as he steps into the coroner's office.
Margot's gonna follow.
Okay. And now you're all in the same room as he gets a manila envelope. And you can feel something in that envelope tugging you towards it.
I'm gonna move closer.
And you feel yourself drawn into the envelope. And you're inside a ring. A ring that was meant as a gift. But not to him. And it's in the envelope he has been passed by the coroner as one of your personal effects.
I pull back out.
Okay. And he tucks the envelope in his pocket. Thank you, sir.
You're not even gonna look?
He doesn't look in the envelope
right
at all.
now?
We'll make arrangements. Just contact me when we're able to make arrangements. He's like, no problem. Unfortunately, we can't release any of the bodies to the family until the FBI has cleared us to do so. And he looked, FBI, what the hell they got to do with it? Sir, I can't divulge anything, but the FBI is in charge of the investigation.
Oh, damn. He's not the most important man in the room.
Seamus, you better give what Nat is supposed to have. If you don't do it, I'm going to make your life a living hell. I have an eternity now to make you suffer. Some of the stuff that's in there doesn't belong to you.
And he turns to leave the room. Goes out into the hallway, and you can see him give a glance at Natalie as he walks off. leaving her to cry in the hallway. And this is where we're going to go to break. We will be back in 10 minutes, everyone. Enjoy the break.
She lives in murk and shadow, cold as the alleys of stone. She's a blur in the window, a prisoner of the underworld. She watches life from the gloom. Friends she lost and lovers too. That simple life she once knew, before the cursed dark consumed. And every clock is broken, and every step is hopeless, living in the gloom. And every day gets longer, till no one can remember her, lost in the gloom. She sings a song to the moon, the loneliest song you ever knew. A friend she lost, lovers too, of life before she fell to gloom. She watches life from the gloom. Friends she lost and lovers too. And that simple life she once knew, with the dark ones. Hush, child, open your eyes. You are not alone. We are your dark ones, holding you close. Come dance with us, dance in the darkness. We've been waiting for you. That world doesn't want you like we do. We see you, for in the night fire shines bright. Come dance with us, dance in the darkness. Oh, how we have been waiting for you. Why fight the night when the night is endless? Why cling to the light when the light always diminishes? Come dance in the dark and you will be fearless. Let the dark kill the love in your heart till your heart is painless. Why fight the night when the night is endless? Why cling to the light when the light always diminishes? Come dance in the dark and you will be fearless. Let the dark kill the love in your heart till your heart is painless.
Welcome back. Before the break, we finally had Margot get to have her husband come in, and unfortunately, Natalie was unable to come see the body, which is heartbreaking for Natalie and Margot in that case. Alexis had some time with her son identifying the body. Hark had some very interesting revelations. We have Isaac still in a morgue drawer, or outside somewhere. Noah trying to figure out exactly what these clues mean in the overall scheme of things. And this is where we pick up now, of course. Seamus is left, Stephen is gone. You see Stephen go down and poke his head in Buchanan's office. In the office, Buchanan says, I'll get with you and we'll go get some drinks in a couple of days. I know you're kind of busy and can't exactly go drinking tonight, but we'll go out. And then Stephen goes to leave the building, leaving these 4 newly dead in the coroner's office.
So, thank you, Noah, for giving me that little moment with my son. I appreciate that.
Of course.
We have a big problem.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Okay, let me spill what I know first, and Margot can confirm it. Pentex has either got its hooks in the DoD or they are working in conjunction, and they had intended to kill us at the train station in Richmond with a bomb. That was of DoD design. Using basically a magnetic resonance trigger
Okay.
that Buchanan is currently looking for in the wreckage.
How do you know it was
DoD?
Do you have evidence? Do you have evidence?
Because I know things I wasn't supposed to know. I'm telling you because I can't tell anyone living, because if I ever had told anyone living, I would have not only lost my job, I probably would have lost my life.
Well, I mean, is this included in what you were going to be telling me?
No, that's above your pay grade. No, the information I was going to give you was regarding some information I had on a Pentex affiliate that was directly linked to Pentex. However, that bomb would have killed not only us, it would have killed probably at minimum 300 people on Christmas time in a train station in the capital of Virginia. So Thomas prevented that from happening.
Saved a lot of people.
He saved a lot of fucking people.
We would have been dead anyway.
We were going to be dead anyway. But my son lives because of Thomas. Your wife. Your wife. Yeah. Anyone else that would have met you at the train station lives because of Thomas.
She wasn't meeting me there. She just, because of her job. Is why
whoever.
You
see what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. But.
What did you find?
Well, I did a little digging around in the coroner's computer. Like I told Noah, there's someone working against us. The files were being changed while I was in the computer, and I could tell that it was being done it wasn't coming from someone looking over the network, editing the files. Someone was in the computer with me.
Project Orpheus.
Okay.
Pentex.
They're tagging, well, at least you and I and Ralph as being drug users. You see, you like cocaine, right?
I've never done
meth guy
drugs
myself.
a day in my life.
Oh, I'm a meth guy myself, apparently.
They're discrediting us.
Yeah. Now, I did notice that your file has a flag on it for expedited service by the FBI.
Yes. I was an assistant director, basically. I was fairly important in the FBI. They would want that expedited. But I do have concerns about the FBI because supposedly higher-ups want this swept up.
And Ralph had PCP in his system.
No, he didn't.
Well, this is what the report says. This is what toxicology says he has.
The toxicology reports are being altered. I guarantee you it's being done by Pentex operatives in Project Orpheus.
Okay.
So much bullshit.
There's also a guy surveilling the hospital across the street. I don't know. He's in a red Nissan. I couldn't really tell any details about him, but he's sitting there waiting for someone, looking at the hospital. He's belted in like he's ready to go somewhere, but he's just sitting there waiting for something.
Okay, so we were altered with drugs. What else was changed?
Let's see. Oh, Noah. Yeah, Noah's file was changed that he didn't have.
Did she pick up my stuff yet?
Yeah, his record says that he doesn't have a flash drive in his personal effects.
Now, Noah, you weren't when she left the room. When Claire left the room, you did not follow her. You were still in the morgue or in the actual body storage where you had been singing. So you did not see whether she got your personal effects or not.
I'm asking, are there any records if she signed? Did you see any records if she signed my stuff out?
You didn't see any while he was in there?
I am going to pull it from that fucking coroner's brain.
Okay, and hold right there a second. While you start to do that, there's a knock on the door. And coroner gets up and opens the door. And you see your wife, Tart, Esmeralda.
I knew this was coming.
Crying. You can tell she went into the bathroom to at least try to get a hold of herself, but she failed. Miss Tart Tiernan, and I'm here to identify my husband. And he looks at her and goes, yes, ma'am. Just come on in. Let me check your ID. And he checks, and of course it says Sang Tiernan on it, but he looks at it. Yes, ma'am. Let me take you in the room. And he opens the doors up and escorts your wife into the body storage area. Now, what does Tark do?
Try to follow him.
Tark
I
goes to
follow him in.
Okay. And we're going to come back to you wanting to put a memory in him.
No, I'm wanting to pull a memory out of him.
We'll come back to that in a minute.
Okay.
You can pull it. What did you get for successes?
I got 4 successes,
Okay.
and I'm spending a pathos. So I'm going to scrounge his memories from the past 24 hours about what he put in that envelope.
Okay. Which the envelope from Noah.
Noah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we will come back to what you got
Okay,
in a
perfect.
few minutes here. And he takes your wife into the room and opens up a drawer. And when he opens it up, once again, not a mark on your face. The only one who had any kind of head trauma was actually Isaac. And even it was just a side of his head caved in. It was not marring in some way. And as soon as she sees your face, she starts sobbing again.
I'm sorry you had to see that, darling.
Tim, give me a minute in corner. Once again, yes, ma'am. I'll be in my office. Just take all the time you need. And he leaves the room, leaving you with your wife. You're standing over your body. And she reaches down and reaches under the sheet and appears to grab your hand. Sorry, her last words were fight. Sorry.
Well, you're more than forgiven.
You're really believing those crocodile tears?
Yes, I am.
You remember what she said. Go ahead, fool yourself.
You're going to be a dad again, sweetie. Twins. I just found out last night.
Have you thought of the B names for these?
I don't know what. I mean, I'll get by. I will, but it's hard. No, it's hard, sweetie. Hard.
Yeah.
And I get it. I know why. I know why you had to go. I know why it upset you. You didn't want what you were doing to be used to kill. Yeah. Understand it. I'm sorry I didn't tell you that while you were alive. Sorry,
No, you're telling me now. I know. And I'm still here with you, even though I can't do much of anything.
I wish I could have, wish I could convince you just to skip this last convention. And you'd still be here.
If only.
I don't know why you were taken from me. Why
It was
FBI
not an
agent
accident.
thinks that it's something to do with the Department of Defense, but they wouldn't do that. Our government doesn't do this.
Yes, they do. Still watching over you.
What I'm going to do now. And she pulls out her phone. And she flips it open, and you can see her looking at that very last text you'd sent her right before the accident.
Looks like trouble.
I love you too, sweet. Always will. She leans down and gives you a kiss on the forehead.
Watch out for that bumble guy.
I'll keep the family house. I'll keep your family's house. And I'll keep your study the way you like it. Even that disgusting hip prosthetic that you keep on a shelf of all things.
That was my living reminder that oh, darling, what are we going to do?
And she stands there for a while, just holding your hand, crying, lost for words. You can tell she's distraught in a way you've never seen her, actually. We're going to flash to the inside of the room. Alexis, you pick through his memory a bit. You distinctly recall the flash drive being put
In the envelope.
in the envelope.
I break away from my concentration on his thoughts, and I look at Noah and says, Claire has it. They're going to hit her.
I invoke my sense strands.
Okay.
I'll spend one pathos.
Because they are going to take it from her.
Find her.
Okay, you're going to spend a pathos. Now, let me pull up the monitor's powers, because this is a monitor's. Sense strands. You're going to roll, since you spent the pathos, you're going to roll perception, alertness. Oh, no, sorry, perception, life web.
Four successes.
Okay. And now you're going to roll perception awareness. She is still in the hospital at the moment.
3 successes.
3 successes. She is in the first floor bathroom at the moment.
I need to find her.
Where is she?
Find her. She's first floor bathroom.
Alexis immediately walks through the room. She doesn't even go through the door. She goes through the wall to the hallway.
Okay.
I can direct you there. I saw her on the camera going into the bathroom.
Tark, you're in the other room.
I need to go now.
Tark, you're in the other room, but you can hear them.
Oh,
This took some time for Alexis to sift the memories.
Mm-hmm.
It's not instant.
Mm-mm.
She's got to play through whole bunches of them.
I need to find her.
You hear
Argo's going.
Noah's voice get raised.
Yeah.
And I assume you're going to figure out what the hell's going on in the conference room. So you all need to explain to Tark what's going on. And then
Well, Alexis has already taken off towards the steps.
he doesn't know exactly which bathroom. He just knows she's on the first floor. Right.
I know.
off.
So I'm taking off towards the steps.
Tark puts his head in the comes in the room because everyone's panicked.
They're going after my wife. I need to follow Alexis, and I would
I
go
saw
after her.
I saw her on the camera going into the bathroom.
If you can leave, you show me then. Otherwise, if you need to stay, stay.
Margot's running up the stairs with Alexis.
And it's hard, Tark, to leave her.
It is, and I don't want to. Can I describe to them like what part of the building it's in without having to leave?
We're going.
A bathroom is a bathroom is a bathroom.
Well, but I got to look at the hall outside the bathroom. In any kind of
Can
detail.
you identify a hospital by the hallway in any hospital you've ever been in?
No.
Not really, no.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, we're not waiting around for you to
debate this.
Great.
Okay. All right. I'll be there soon.
What you do? What you need. Fine. I understand.
We'll just have to spread out.
Okay. So, Tark, you go back in. Spend a little more time with your wife. and the other 3 spread out and start
Searching
the building.
bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
I will let everyone else roll perception and alertness.
Does detail-oriented pick help this at all?
Yes, because the detail-oriented I'll let you use for, you should know, where the bathrooms would be located.
But insightful.
Yes, because you're using it with LifeWeb. Yes, I'll let you roll insightful as well. Beware a generous storyteller.
That is 5 successes.
4
3.
successes.
3 successes.
And I don't even have a specialty.
And you are spreading out and looking through the building. Now flashing back to Tart because you're not instantly able to search a building. She spends a little bit more time in there. And then she leans down and kisses your forehead. Gotta go because the kids are in the hotel room. And you know they're going to be fighting.
Yeah, I do. I love you too, darling.
And she turns, walks from the room,
And I walk
back
with
into
her.
the coroner's office and gets her the envelope, which she looks in, and you see her pull the wedding band out of the envelope. And she puts it on her thumb, the only finger she could hold it on. And she walks from the room. What is Tark doing now? You don't know where the rest of the circle has gone. You know they were spreading out, but
I know they were going up to the first floor. I will walk. Esmeralda will go upstairs anyhow. I'll continue walking with her.
and you ride the elevator up with her while the rest of the circle is spreading out, searching. And Esmeralda heads out the front door, leaving Tark in the lobby.
I'll keep going with her a little past the lobby, just to see where she's...
She's going out front to get to your vehicle. Now, you can follow her out front and stand out front.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd do that.
Okay. Now, everyone's successes for the search. What did everybody get? 3? 5, that's good. 4. Searching. Spreading out. There's a number of bathrooms, especially off the main corridor. Takes a bit. But you find her as she's coming out of one of them, walking towards the front door, and that is Alexis who finds her.
She's here.
Now, the rest of you can hear the voice echo. But precisely locating the echo.
Okay,
But Alexis can keep yelling and you'll
Yeah.
find it.
I'll keep yelling. Basically, you'll be able to trail my voice.
And as you hear her screaming, you start running, shortcutting through walls towards which direction. You get there right as... Now, Alexis, you see Claire go outside and get in a van. News truck. Tark, you see
Is
Alexis come
everyone
out.
there yet?
They come out the door right as she closes the door to the van.
Okay, she's in the van. So either prevent the van from starting or prevent his car from starting, something.
And now you're all together. Tark, when you saw Alexis come out following Claire, of course, you stuck around.
I will go
We
get
see that
Buchanan
car.
if you want me to.
Where is it? Where is he?
You can't see the car very well from right here, because the camera had a higher vantage point than, of course, you do. So it could see past the other
Tark,
cars.
where was it?
And I point over towards where I think I
Across
remember
the street.
seeing. Yeah.
And the van starts up, the news van.
Do you want me to get Buchanan or do you want me to scare the fuck out of the guy?
Just stop him. Stop him.
I start running towards the
Wherever
car.
he-
Margot with me.
Um,
Margot, I'm coming.
Tark is torn right this second whether to go into the van to see if any like a bomb had been placed in under the van and the guy's just watching for that, or whether he's going over to the guy in the car to disable the car.
Which is it?
Yeah. Has she started the engine yet?
The van has started.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
She is not driving. The cameraman is driving.
Okay. Then I will go over towards where I think the guy is in the Nissan.
Okay. Now, you're all in corporal, so you can cut right through the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Does everyone run over towards that other car?
No, I'd stay near
You're staying
the
van?
near the van.
Okay. And you cut through this parking lot. And you're quick because you're dead. And you see a car. When you finally clear the parking lot, you can see a car across the street as it starts rolling forward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to inhabit it.
Is there any way I can help with this storyteller? Can I double inhabit a vehicle?
Due to the nature of a vehicle, if you both tried to inhabit it, you would be fighting over who actually has control. You can try it, but you will fight over who is managing the vehicle.
I don't think I'm going to do that.
I'm going to step right in front of the vehicle's path. Basically line of sight with the driver.
Okay.
Can I see where the van is?
Nope, the vehicles are in the way. Now, for you, Noah, you see the van start pulling off.
Please hurry up.
Are you in the van? Did you get in the van as well? No?
No.
Okay. So, Stark, you're going to try to claim the shell on the vehicle, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Now, you're going to roll 3 pathos, or spend 3 pathos, roll strength plus inhabit. The difficulty here is 7. And we'll see if you can get enough to do it.
3.
3 successes. Human-sized motorcycle, crew-served heavy weapon, office furniture. You try to get control of the vehicle.
I'm rolling statue right in front of the car.
Okay, now what is everyone else doing? You see Tart shimmer a bit and then solidify again.
It didn't work?
No.
Fuck it. Margot's going to try now.
Okay, now we're going to do statue. This is, I'm not going to lie, this is very brave, what she is doing.
Mm-hmm.
I got to find the power.
I spent 2 pathos.
Hang on, I got to pull up the power. Forget which one it was under.
It's under embody. Haunters.
I'm going through my list here. Haunters, there we go. Yep. Statue.
I spent 2 pathos. I rolled charisma and embody.
Actually, Haunters is pandemonium.
Okay, sorry. It's embody. I forget which one that one is.
There's so many damn powers. 16 Arcani. It's not Argos. All my things are You know it's going to be
is
the
it
one that...
spooks or something like that? I can't remember.
I'm pulling it up. We can do it. Not there. That's not that one. It's not LifeWeb. No, it's the one that's not... Yeah. No. I cannot see it. And I know it's there. Give me... You know, I'm having a blind...
Are you looking in the book?
Yes, I'm actually using
Okay,
the
I will
book.
find it for you.
The Proctors.
Yeah, it's Proctor's.
The one I did not expand.
Page 160 in the PDF.
Yep. The one I did not expand, because of course it is. Now for statue, you are rolling
Mm-hmm. Charisma and embody,
Mm-hmm.
which I have done. What
2
is my
pathos, charisma, and embody.
What's my difficulty?
It's a physical manifestation, so it's going to be the shroud, 7.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is 4 successes.
Okay.
And I will spend an additional pathos to be terrifying.
How many dots of embody do you have?
I have 3.
3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You are going to roll stamina plus 3 dice
Okay.
against a difficulty of 6. You see Alexis. Not you, of course, Noah. You're not here. The other 3 see Alexis. Something weird. Her skin goes gray, almost stone-like. And when she's standing there, she's no longer insubstantial. And the vehicle that you're expecting to pass through her does not. The vehicle slams into her body. This gray stone looking. You will take 2 bashing damage.
Okay.
The vehicle does not stop, but it is slowed.
And I did spend the additional pathos to be terrifying.
Mm-hmm. And what was Margot doing when this happened?
Margot is going to inhabit the vehicle and try and get it to stop.
Okay, now you're going to roll strength and habit.
Yep. Difficulty 7 here.
Yes,
Since
the shroud.
we're not dealing with creepies.
Nope.
Or successes.
I do believe 4 is the cutoff for a vehicle.
I couldn't remember.
Going to double check right here. Because I got that one I still have pulled up. 4 successes. Vehicular speedboat. Yep, that's big enough. So, you see Margot shimmer. And then Margot, you are the vehicle. And you can feel when it hit the car. It wasn't painful, but it wasn't pleasant. Or when it hit the statue. But you have control of the vehicle.
I shut it off completely.
Okay. And you hear the guy behind the wheel. The fuck was, oh God, what the hell was that? As the vehicle shuts off.
Can I also make it to where his seatbelt won't unbuckle?
You have
Just a
control of the
little.
vehicle.
Yeah.
You are the vehicle.
Yep. He's not getting out of that car.
Pushing a button and seatbelt's not unlatching.
Mm-mm.
Now, Noah, the news van starts to pull out of the parking lot and it goes real slow. News van. And you follow. It's very easy to keep up. And as it gets towards the entrance, you see a vehicle sitting there. Alexis is back to insubstantial because as soon as you get touched, you return. The vehicle looks like it hit something in the front. The front's a little mangled. But it's dead stop. It's not moving. You're muted.
I'm going to unmute myself. And then I'm going to invoke a new power, a new life web power.
Okay.
To strand channel.
Now, to do a new power like that, the way it works is to buy a new power in the scene, you will have to spend one willpower.
That's fine.
And then the XP
Done.
cost, of course.
Done.
Okay. And which power did you buy?
The second dot common in life web, so strand channel.
Okay. Let me pull it up so I can read what this one is, because this is a new one. Send your predicts to a fetter, channeling your voice and arcani as if you were standing beside it. Oh, that's rough. Okay, 2 pathos, intelligence plus life web.
I'm going to try and through the flash drive, just
Okay.
say very, very quietly, you have to protect this.
Okay, what was your intelligence and life wave roll?
Sorry.
Difficulty is 7 because of the shroud.
I need a roll. That's more rolling's important, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, target what?
7.
4 successes.
And now to roll for her. Because you have manifested your power. And from this flash drive that should not be able to speak, it begins talking. And Claire screams. And in a panic, she unbuckles her seatbelt and jumps out of the vehicle. Now, it wasn't moving fast enough to hurt her. Leaving her purse with your flash drive in the vehicle. She runs away from the flash drive. And of course, the driver immediately slams on the brakes and puts it in park. Now, the rest of the group, Margot, we know you're trying to stop the seatbelt. Tark, you have failed yours. Alexis, you're getting up off the ground because you just got slammed.
I just got hit by a car.
Let's do it this way. What is everybody doing? Everybody, let's start with Margot. Margot, what is your plan? You're stopping him. That's what doing everything you can to keep him in the vehicle.
Yep, stopping him, keeping him in there.
Got it.
I don't want him out of there.
Okay. Which means doors aren't going to open, seatbelt's not going to unlatch. Everything you can to keep his ass locked up.
And he can't start the car.
No,
You've killed the car.
The engine won't start until you let it.
Yeah.
And let's see, Alexis, what are you doing? I'll come back to you.
Come back to me because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do now.
You forgot the fog. The fog is a bad thing.
Damn it.
Sometimes.
Bad thing.
I run over to her, and if she looks like she's freaking out, I'm going to try and calm her down again with that thing I do.
The memory one? Okay.
Yeah.
Tark, what is your plan?
Well, I see that Margot has been successful restraining the guy, but I'm still going to stick around the car just in case, somebody else shows up.
Okay. I will ask, not Noah, who's running off to chase Claire because she's freaked out. Not Margot because she's in the vehicle. Alexis and Tark, you will roll perception alertness, please.
Okay. Detail oriented?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Against?
Target difficulty 6.
Okay, 2.
Okay.
4.
4 and 2. Okay, I'll keep a note of that. So the man in the vehicle, first he struggles to get the seatbelt open, and when it doesn't open, he immediately whips out a pocket knife and starts cutting the seatbelt. Now, you know that's not going to matter. He's not going to get through the door anyway. Noah, Claire runs about a block. Takes off to get away from the scene to where this happens. But she stops after a block and is hyperventilating. Now, you can try to calm her down, and you can roll your normal, intelligence and mnemonics, I believe? Mm-hmm. You can roll that.
6.
Now, Alexis, what were you doing?
I'm going to use befuddlement on him. I'm going to confuse him.
Good. Target difficulty 6. Here is 5 for that one. For willpower is a bit low. For yours, Noah, 5.
Was mine for the guy?
Yours is 6.
6? Okay.
Yeah. No, wait a minute. Befuddle? No, befuddle is 7 because of the shroud.
Yeah.
5 for 5.
5. Okay. 3. And Tark, you're watching around. We're going to come back to you. You're going to see something here. Because Alexis could have seen it with more successes, but she got busy focusing on her Arcani. So she went and did that. Now, the guy in the car, you see him start shaking his head. And what the hell am I doing here? the fuck is... Seems to be a bit out of it, Margot. You don't know why, but he's suddenly confused. Noah, as you're pushing memories into her head now, what memory did you give her?
It would have been one of me working, her coming in, just kind of putting her arms around me, asking what I'm doing. And I said, this is something that's really important. I really can't explain it right now, but this might fix things. And I would have thanked her for putting up with it and putting up with me. And I would have unplugged the flash drive, put it in my pocket, and gone upstairs with her.
And you can see on her face that it calms her down a bit. But you can also tell that she is very close to a breaking point between the events recently and in hearing your voice speak from a flash drive.
And in my head, I'm like, I don't even listen to myself.
And Tark.
That's not how I thought that was going to work.
There's somebody on top of the hospital that was watching. They are not on your side of the shroud. They were watching, though. And the only reason you caught it was the glint of the sun. Or sorry, it's nighttime now. The glint of one of the roof lights off their night vision binoculars. Your vision is that sharp. Remember, you are one of the restless. See better than you ever, even at night. It's almost like dusk. And you can see them up there watching.
Anything distinguishing about him that I can...
You don't have that kind of detail. But it explains how this guy knew when to pull out the vehicle when he couldn't see the news truck from inside.
Is Alexis close by that I can...
Yeah.
Wait, I tell her to look up on the top of the building.
Okay, I look up. What do I see?
Definitely a man up there.
How's he
seems
geared?
to be... Alexis, you had more successes. He seems to be holding maybe a walkie-talkie, fucking with it. Now this guy's panicked trying to get out of this vehicle. He's cut the seatbelt, but he can't open the door. And he's really fucking panicking about trying to get this door open.
No, he was confused.
Fuck you, that's
yeah, he's
why.
confused and wanted to get out of the car.
Okay.
Am I in audio range of the rest of the circle?
There you go, about a block away, so no. But it only takes... Claire will start walking back here shortly. So, go ahead, Alexis.
I confused him. I'm going to go check out this guy.
Yeah, that's back at the hospital. That'll take time.
It's fine.
Okay. Alexis.
If I'm getting close enough, check the car. See if there's anything on him as I get closer. Someone.
Okay. I'll do that while Margot holds him in the car.
Yeah, he's trying to get now he's beating on the window, but he doesn't have a breaker. You can beat all day you want. Most windows aren't breaking. And it's not hard for you, Tark. You just lean in.
Right.
You're still insubstantial. And you do notice an earpiece in his ear.
Short that out.
Making noise.
Can I make out what it's saying with my ultra sharp hearing?
Yeah, that you can. Zach, what are you doing? Zach. Get the drive, Zach. Get the drive. It's what we're paid for.
Alexis is also running.
Okay. Now you're going to have to go into the building and then go up all the stairs to the roof. And then find another stairway to the roof because you can't just jump through the floors.
Nope.
Okay. Claire gets back in the vehicle. And Noah, you follow her the whole way, I assume.
Another I would have invoked another memory into her to calm her down further.
Okay. I'll let you do that one for free.
Okay.
I think you're kicking yourself hard enough right now. And she gets in the vehicle and the cameraman's like, The fuck, Claire? What happened? She goes, I heard his voice, didn't you? No. I was too busy. I don't know what that damn guy's doing over there. He's having a fit or something. And the producer goes, who gives a fuck? Let's go. And the van drives off. With Claire safely still holding the flash drive. Because the guy who was meant to get it cannot. Now, what is the rest of the group's plan? I know, Alexis, we know what you're doing.
Where did she go? Where did Alexis go? Someone? Where'd she go?
Oh, she went running towards the hospital. There's a guy on top of the roof with night vision. And apparently he's talking to the guy in the car.
Did you look in the car yet? Is there anything in there?
I'm in the car.
Oh,
There's
sorry.
a picture on the seat, Bart.
Okay.
It's a picture of Claire. Picture of the news van. Somebody's written, get the drive.
Is the handwriting memorable in any way that I might remember it later?
Not really.
Okay.
But if it ever pops up again, I'll let you roll at the time to see if it sparks a memory that matched that one.
Okay.
I would go. If I got to the car, I would go in and take a look at what I'm able to see as well.
Okay. And you see the same. They had a picture of Claire. Now the picture, you recognize where the picture come from. It was taken outside your house.
They've been watching me. Whoever they are. Where's Margot?
No, she's in the car.
You see Margot kind of oddly translucent outside the vehicle, just standing there slack, not moving. Nothing.
She's controlling the car, and she's holding it in place, much like I had fun with the helicopter.
I take just a few deep breaths, just compose myself. Thank you. I don't know how I can repay you, though it's not over.
While I'm in the car looking around, aside from the photos, is there any other radio gear other than the headpiece or anything?
It's definitely a rental. There's nothing else in the vehicle. Just the keys hanging from the ignition, picture on the seat. 2 pictures, actually. And that's it. And this guy, now that Alexis is taken off running, he's a little less confused, but he's still not aware of his surroundings. He's panicking, trying to get out of a vehicle that will not let him out.
I'd consider going into his earpiece, but I don't know what good that would do because I can't do anything with radio. It would have to be a wired connection, right?
You could be in it, but you couldn't. You could use the earpiece like you were controlling it, but it would not transmit your voice.
Could he short it out?
Yes, he could. That is a different power, but it can misfire. But he's also, if he's in it, he can do several things. If you're in it, he can just turn the volume off. He can turn it off. Just have it cut off.
I'd like to do that.
Yep. So you're going to spend yours. Now, this is only going to take literally, it's only one success. So I don't think that part's a big problem there.
Okay. Hey, it's me.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, roll that. Go ahead and roll it. Strength plus inhabit. It's
Okay.
another 3 pathos, though.
Yep, okay, I have it. Okay. Good thing it's only one, because that's all I got.
Wow. I was going to give you a gimme, but thank you for saying that because you're you. And you're in it, and you hear the guy. God damn it. Come on, Zach. Jesus Christ, what are you doing? They're getting away. It's not what we were paid to do. Get that shit. And then you turn it off, and it goes silent.
Okay.
And now we flash to Alexis, who has run up this building. You're dead, but you don't get stopped by obstacles.
And I don't get winded.
And the funny thing is, you know where the stairwell is.
Mm-hmm.
And once you get into the stairwell,
I go right up.
it's the front stairwell. That'll go all the way to the roof.
Yes, it will.
Even though it's an emergency exit at the top.
You know what? I walk right through the door.
Mm-hmm. And when you get on the roof, the man that you're looking for is standing not far from you, on the edge,
Good.
looking at you.
Looking at me. Hi there. Who paid you?
And the guy falls backwards.
I jumped down with him.
This is going to hurt.
Uh-huh.
You jump with him.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're falling,
Mhm.
you see a shape detach itself from the body. And wings form, blue wings form on its back. As the wings snap out and it glides away. The unfortunate Quick, he does not have a way to escape. And he hits the ground with a sickening crunch. You also
Hit the ground.
do not have a way to escape. You have just fallen 4 stories.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you 2 lethal for that.
Okay.
Not aggravated, 2 lethal.
Okay.
Because when you hit, you may have been incorporeal, but
It
you
still
were
hurt.
warned about gravity.
Mm-hmm. Still hurt.
It hurts. Not as much as you'd expect,
Mm-mm.
but it hurts. Your corpus, you can see you're a little more insubstantial than usual. You're leaking plasma, almost ectoplasm from your leg.
Holy shit!
I am going to basically touch the body in a way to feel if there's anything in the pockets, anything. I'm going to pat him down and search him.
What did you? No, I hope hurry
Oh,
over.
you all saw this guy step off the building and you get there right after he crunched.
You didn't push him, did you?
Now,
No.
Margot, you're still at the vehicle keeping dude locked in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
No,
What happened?
I jumped after him because he decided to swan dive.
He did that himself.
Project Orpheus.
The one who detached itself did not appear to you like he wasn't wearing a prisoner's outfit, but that does not, you're right, that does not discredit that. He grew wings.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, it's an Orpheus agent, and I'm patting him down.
There's a wallet
So someone
that you can't grab.
was controlling him.
Mm-hmm.
There's a wallet you can't grab.
Okay.
A walkie-talkie that's now bits.
Okay.
Nothing else.
I'm going to
is
get
left.
up and run inside. I want Buchanan.
And this is where we end this episode. With Alexis just seeing the darker side of what the dead can do to the living. Which confirms that the dead can make the living do things that they would never do.
Mm-hmm.
Cause a man to wave by and step off the building. And she got a stark reality about what happens when you fall 4 stories.
It's all right. He's got my badge on him. I'll go take a nap in that.
And Margot has a guy trapped who's still confused as hell in a vehicle. Noah.
Oh, yeah, he's stuck.
Induced the fog in his wife, witches. He did not learn the lesson that Aurora did, but it still may have been worth it. She may remember and protect it. But she got away. And I think in a lot of ways, protecting your fetter was one of the most important things. Passions and fetters sum up a wraith's unfinished business with life and the things that allowed their soul to stick around post-mortem. Emotions and attachment strong enough to defy death more than anything else are what matters in a wraith's existence. In a real sense, they help define them and lay the groundwork for much that they may do as one of the restless. Acting in accordance to a wraith's passions generate energy called pathos that you call on for many of your abilities. These passions are the wraith, the reason they feel compelled. And while a passion may be focused on an action, protecting a loved one or a beloved neighborhood, even finding a killer, the heart of each one is a singular emotion. The more the wraith acts on that emotion, the more pathos they generate, creating greater capability and flexibility of action. And I would like to thank the players for this episode. I wish we'd had the full table, but there was circumstances beyond their control. So we miss them. And I guess they've got a lot to fill in of Noah and Aurora when they come back. But if you're a viewer, please vote on who you think this episode deserves a bonus experience. I know it was a hard ending on that. It can be very difficult to realize that this individual, it was not suicide, it was murder. So you know.
Yeah, it was murder.
This was not a suicide in progress. This was a murder.
Mm-hmm.
A murder committed by the dead. But it will be listed by the coroner
Suicide.
as a suicide. And it's dark. So please pop into the Discord, vote on who gets the bonus experience. And then we're going to find out. Of course, everyone gets one for the game and one for roleplay. And then we're going to go with what each person learned. And since Tark was not here last time, what did you learn, Tark?
Well, I learned a whole lot more about my inhabit powers. Found out also that things can be manipulated remotely. Like the documents that were being modified even as I was watching them.
And you could have done the same. Mm-hmm. Noah, what did you learn?
Learned that my wife's in danger. I learned that a power I thought was safe still functioned in a dangerous way. And I certainly learned a lesson there. Those are the big things.
Alexis?
I learned that when you're a statue, getting hit by a car really fucking hurts. And so does jumping off a fucking roof when you're a ghost. But you know what? The job has to get done.
That is actually one of Alexis's passions.
Yes, it is.
And that is what fuels a wraith and keeps them going, their passions. And Margot, what did you learn? Other than Seamus's dick, which you already knew.
She already knew that one, but that Nat actually loves her.
It's hard after you're dead to find that out. So, of course, everyone gets one for the learning experience. And for the player vote, we're going to start, since we start in the bottom left corner with Tark, we're going to start in the top right with Margot. Player vote. Who advanced the story the most or the circle's agenda the most?
Oh, shit. That's so hard. I keep going between Tark and Alexis here. Oh, my gosh. The info. Oh, I'm going to give it to Tark. That info.
Okay. Alexis?
I'll give it to Tark.
Tark as well. Noah?
Yeah, I have to do the same.
And Tark, who did you vote on?
Yeah,
I'm
sorry for He also had a very, very nice moment
Mhm.
with his wife in the morgue. I wanted to make sure that got called out. That
I
was some
heard
great
emotion in his voice.
I know.
I got to him.
So wanted to
Yeah,
make
you
sure
did.
that
This is a game of emotion, and all the players, I talk about I got to him. If this game does not pull your heartstrings, at least in scene, you're not playing the right game. That's just the way it is. So who do you vote for, Tark?
I was going to give it to Alexis for having the balls to turn into a statue and stop a car without knowing exactly how bad that was going to hurt.
No. I just wanted to scare him.
And that is a serious breach.
Yeah.
And then jumped off the building without thinking.
No. No.
I will give both of them one for that shit. That's crazy. That's nuts. I can't believe she did that. I didn't expect that. I figured he'd get away. But the one inhabiting did get away. The puppetry did get away because Argos allows wings.
Yeah.
Now, the question is, was this an Orpheus guy? Or was this someone Orpheus has
Hired.
someone who has turned traitor on the dead?
Mhm.
Because they have agents among the dead
Yeah.
now.
Either way, it's Orpheus related.
Because one thing about Orpheus, they have a lot of resources. And if you're the dead and you have a fetter that you want protected or an individual that you want to be safe, what kind of leverage can a company with that kind of resources put against you as one of the dead to make sure that you help them out when needed?
Mm-hmm.
Dangerous game. So, yep, I give them both one for that. And of course, thank you everyone for coming. Again, viewer vote, pop in Discord, chat right over here. Discord.
Help us get awesome new powers.
Yep. Vote for who gets the bonus XP. Can be for any reason, no reason at all. I really wish Tam and Aurora could be here, but Tam, she was not feeling well. Actually, she's feeling like hammered shit. He felt like he should be in the morgue drawer today.
Yeah.
And I totally understand. No game is worth your health.
We hope he feels better soon.
We hope he feels better. And of course, Aurora, circumstances beyond her control. But their characters were in a perfect position to miss a session, to be honest, because they had separated out. So I guess Lady Fate had a hand in that as well. If you like what we're doing, give us a follow here on Twitch. Give us a subscribe on Twitch if you really want to support the channel. Bits and donations go to the players, not to Verlin and I, because we are the studio. And that shows the appreciation to the players. And so, follow us on YouTube. There's two other URLs on the chat here.
Don't follow. Hit the subscribe button.
Hit the subscribe on YouTube.
On
There's
YouTube.
two other channels.
It's free.
Haunted Chronicles and Ishfel. We're trying to get them that short URL so they, as Tis puts it, it doesn't look like you're summoning Cthulhu if you say their URL. Please give them a subscribe on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, look below. I've put it in the info panel below the video. Link to their channels.
We are doing a giveaway once those two channels, Ishfel and Haunted Chronicles, reach 100 subscribers and get their short URL. We are giving away 2 $30 gift card value at Drive-Thru RPG live on Twitch. So get that done.
Yep. And come and watch us on Twitch every Wednesday at 8 p.m. This is episode 9.
Yes.
So we have one episode left this season.
One more. Finale is next week.
Finale is next week.
For the season. We will be back for season 2.
Oh, yes. There will be a season 2. We initially said 10 because we weren't sure, whether the players would enjoy it, whether I would enjoy storytelling it, and the response of the viewers. And I think the engagement we've seen so far from everyone watching and the players' enjoyment, which is important too, tells me we will have a season 2 because it's a dark game. It's cathartic as fuck, but it's a lot of fun. So
those were real tears I cried in that scene with my son.
So
real tears.
It's enjoyable. Do catch Haunted Chronicles though every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and Ishfel Saturdays at 1 p.m. Eastern. We're coming up on October here soon. Keep an eye on our schedule for October. Holy hell, we've got such a busy schedule in October. You're going to see streams all over the place. There's a Rare Wolf game. There's Bluebeard's Bride for Breast Cancer Foundation.
Yeah, but this Friday, we have 10 Candles, a one-shot run by Tamshu that is streaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. So come join us Friday for 10 Candles.
With the amazing, if you were at the start of this stream, you heard the voiceover Because no, actually, they missed it. If you were in last week's stream, you heard the amazing voiceover by Chops. That sultry sound as he did the voiceover for the intro to 10 Candles.
Yeah, and you'll hear it this week, too.
You'll hear it Friday.
But yeah, you'll be able to see that one shot on Friday. And there will be no Ishvel this coming Saturday.
Yep. Is their break? They do 3 on, 1 off.
Yeah, 3 on, 1 off. So it's their break week. But yeah. And then also next Tuesday is not Haunted Chronicles. It is 7th Sea, Darker Waters.
If he ever picks his cast. Damn, pick your cast. Just say it, Tam. And,
that is supposed to be at 8 p.m. on Tuesday in place of Haunted Chronicles. So
and check out these channels over here. These are our friends and other channels we like because some of them stream on our channel with us. Some of them we just like because they put out good content. So please check them out. Give them a follow. Great people. I want to say thank you to the players. This was an emotional last 2 episodes.
And if you would like to follow this cast on Twitter, you will find the links in the chat because I will post them there.
But as I was saying, I a special thanks to the cast of this game because this was a very dark 2 episodes. It was a very emotional 2 episodes. And if you can get through these 2 episodes without your heartstrings pulled, you're a tougher person than I am, damn it, because this is emotional. Thankfully, I don't carry bleed over when I quit the game, so I won't be affected later, but I'm pretty sure some people at this table will. Fire up the liquor. Thank you all for coming. And next week is the finale of Season 1. And dark shit's coming. There have been numerous breaches of the Dictum Mortanum. The rules have been broken in various obvious ways. And actions have consequences. So remember that. And in the words of Chops, do not assume your friends and family are okay. Mental health is no joke. Please check in on your friends, check in on your family, check in on the people you don't even like that much. Don't assume they're okay. Make sure they're okay. And if you have issues with mental illness, don't try to bear it alone. Speak up. And that's an important thing to take seriously. So thank you all. And Tam's not here to say don't touch yourself and wash your hands. So
don't listen to the voices either.
Don't listen to the voices until you do. So good night, everyone. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.